What's going on, Jerome's? So the Minnesota Vikings want to and need to run the ball going forward. Now, of course, improving the interior offensive line will go a long ways, but what it is, the 3 years of the Kevin O'Connell regime, the running game just hasn't been good. Now, you can blame the O-line, you can blame O'Connell, you can blame the running backs, but yeah, 26th, 24th, and 26th in yards per carry in the league is just not good. Just not great, man. Right. And then Aaron Jones, who did the right thing, came across the river last season to the proper side. The pride of UTEP, formerly Texas Western, Glory Road. Aaron Jones fully bought into the skull motif and had himself a career season. And Jones, even though he turned 30 in December, you put up some numbers. Career high in rushing yards, 1138, had 5 touchdowns. Also, out of the backfield receiving, had 62, 408, and 2. 8 yards per catch was second best in his career as well. So Jones had a nice little career renaissance this year, but age was a factor. Attrition and the carries and the fact that he was a bell cow back for the first time in his career. Did that add up? Had a couple of nicks and bruises. Didn't miss significant time, but a handful of times he did miss snaps throughout the game. So there's something. There's something you should be concerned about, but explosive plays were certainly there, and he racked up and stacked up numbers, and he was a difference maker for the Vikings on offense. And, of course, Kevin O'Connell, all in. Fully loving 3-3. It was good to go, right? And long story longer, Kevin O'Connell was on Sirius XM satellite radio talking about the future of Aaron Jones, and O'Connell was pretty clear about where he stands with 33. Quote, "We loved having Aaron Jones, the impact he had. He really, for the better part of his career, he had been a part of a backfield committees, and for the most part, Aaron Jones was a feature back for the Vikings this season. Played in 17 games. He was able to be durable. Over 1,500 yards all-purpose for us, catching the ball out of the backfield. And it wasn't just swing passes, too. Like, they would occasionally just line him up as a receiver. And frankly, he catches with hands away from his body better than a lot of the receivers in this league. Running it at an elite level, except for in the red zone. Yeah. So I would love to have Aaron back, and I think we continue to grow in that room, whether it's infusing a young player in the draft or maybe another player in free agency alongside Aaron Jones, hopefully. I think we'll continue to grow in our run game and continue to grow into a complete offense, which is very important. And, Kevin O'Connell knows. You got to be able to run the ball in this league. Plus, certainly would help out J.J. McCarthy if the Vikings are able to run the ball consistently, as well as play action, keep that viable. So O'Connell understands. The Vikings trying to put an emphasis on physicality in the trenches last year. It didn't really pan out. No. But O'Connell, even though he can tend to get into a throw game script, he knows that the Vikings need to run the ball. And Jones is a free agent. He is going to be 31 this upcoming season, 2025. His market value via Spot Rack is about $5.6 million. That would be down from his $7 million that he got from the Vikings last season. But I would be fine with having Jones back, but it would have to be at a lower rate or maybe some incentives thrown in there too. Plus, I think just for the sake of keeping him fresh and to have the running game be efficient, I don't think that Jones can be your running back one. I think that he can be a part of a committee. I think that his leadership in that room is invaluable, and I just don't think that Jones should be getting the number of touches like he did last year. I think, frankly, the running back free agent market is not great. I would bring Cam Akers back, but also, does O'Connell's verbosity with Aaron Jones, does that lead Cam Akers to leave and go elsewhere? It's one of the reasons why he decided not to sign with the Vikings this summer. That's why he signed with the Texans. He got some good run through various injuries with Houston, and then the Vikings traded for him. Does he sign somewhere else? Does he sign Jacksonville, and then the Vikings trade for him for the third straight year? That'd be kind of funny, man. But as O'Connell mentioned too, this is an amazing running back draft class. Frankly, the Vikings should double dip the chip. They should draft a running back. They should make one a priority UDFA, giving them a huge signing bonus. So, yes, the Vikings should partake in this spot. I would not mind if they brought Aaron Jones back. I would advocate for bringing Cam Akers back because I think that having a 3-down do-it-all running back, especially one that had the majority of your explosive plays down the stretch, back into the lineup, yes, I think that makes a ton of sense there. Also, taking part in this draft. So just shooting from the hip, an ideal spot would be, all right, re-sign Jones, 1 year, $5 million deal with $1 million with incentives, right? Re-sign Cam Akers as well, and then in the draft, you're able to maneuver, and maybe you get Trevion Henderson, maybe you get Dylan Sampson, maybe you get Ollie Gordon, maybe you get Devin Neal, maybe you double back and say, all right, so Aaron Jones, Cam Akers, and then you get R.J. Harvey and Khalil Mullings, or R.J. Harvey and Raheem Sanders. So you got your shifty back and you got your power back all in one. Let's go. Let's go. I'm kind of down to clown with that, but it's very clear where Kevin O'Connell stands on Aaron Jones, and rightfully so. Like he's a professional, does everything. He's a great 3-down back, a great leader in that room, a great role model for not only for fans of the team, but also for the team in general. And you don't want to lose that, especially since it's clear that he's got something left in the tank. But the Vikings definitely have to ration out his work just to save him from himself, keep him fresh later in games, later in the season, and just don't put everything on his shoulders midseason, because you want Aaron Jones to be fresh. You want Aaron Jones to be fresh in January, February, and in the fourth quarter of games, not in November or October. Doesn't really matter. All right, but your thoughts are thoughts. Kevin O'Connell very clear about where he stands with Aaron Jones. Wants him back. Let us know your thoughts. Our thoughts. Comment section. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol. Production value.